I want to talk a little bit about the Norcross Provision. Jim Whalen was a staunch supporter of that until the day before it was removed. And I know for a fact, because I was one of the ones who documented this, as soon as he was against it, he wiped the slate clean, pulled all the press releases from his website, deleted all the posts on Facebook. He doesn't really know about that print screen function that we have to keep track of that. And he was trying to take the credit for the job that you did. You got rid of the Norcross Provision basically single-handedly. Why is it that you were the one taking care of that, but Jim Whalen is now the one trying to take credit for it?
Well, Jim Whalen is bought and paid for. He's an order taker. I don't think it's any secret to many of the public out there now that he takes his orders from Camden County. And of course, Camden County, we know who is in control over there. The Norcross Provision was awful. You know, the notion that we were going to restrict public employees from being able to go or take their families out of state for health care is unfathomable. Can't happen. So, you know, we stood up and we said publicly, and I think I was the only Republican in the state to say publicly, it's not going to happen on my watch, while Jim Whalen was saying, okay, if that's what Steve Sweeney wants, that's what I'll do. So that's why you saw him supporting that. It was terrible for working families across the state. Should never have happened. The notion that you're going to take away people's access to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia or Jefferson or Penn or any of the top cancer institutes, how can that be in the society? And so I felt very strongly about it, to the point where I was ready to stand up and say, this is not going to happen. I'm not voting in favor of that, and we got it changed. And of course, as you said, no surprise, once we got it changed, Jim Whalen said, oh yeah, I knew this was bad. And acting like he was there all along. He was not. He was going to vote in favor of the bill despite those terrible restrictions on people's health care.
Okay. Now, the new Democratic jobs bill, that despite the fact they've been in control for Trenton for a decade, 30 days before an election, we finally have an idea. I know Jim Whalen has been pushing his small business loans bill, which on Save Jersey we actually dissected. That's not going to do a thing because it's rewarding behavior that people want to do. We just can't do because businesses don't have the demand to hire. It's not that they can't get access to a low-interest loan once they hire someone.
Right.
So with Jim Whalen taking credit for that, basically saying, okay, how do we solve this? Hey, let's do some more debt. You know, let's just keep throwing the debt around. What would you like to see? Suppose we have a Republican legislator, the Democrats are gone. What sort of jobs bills would we see from a Republican majority?
Well, let's talk about first hits, because we commented on that. And look, as a business owner, we know, you and I both know, you're not going to increase jobs by offering more loans. It's not a job creator. You get more demand, you get more sales. That's the way you improve the economy and create jobs. So the notion that that is a jobs bill, just incorrect. It's not a jobs bill. It's not going to create any jobs. So now, what do we need to do to create private sector jobs? Look at what has happened to the country. Going back to 2007, when the bank bailout happened, we have scared people to death. And so if you're a business owner out there, watching what's going on in Washington and them continually spending more money, or Trenton with the Democrats, you have no confidence. You're not going to hire anybody because you don't know what the next day is going to bring. And so what do we need to do for job creation is to give people some confidence and some stability. We do that by reducing the burdens on them, reducing the regulation on them, reducing taxes, stopping the debt. And I really believe if you're a business owner and you get that mindset that, these guys in Trenton now get it, Governor Christie gets it, the legislature gets it, they are going to do what is necessary to make New Jersey competitive from a tax standpoint with our neighboring states, that then you're going to be enticed. Actually, demand will be there, and it'll cause you to hire people. But that's the way you have to do it, is make New Jersey competitive with our other states.
Okay. Last thing, in terms of supporting Governor Christie, I know we've been seeing this throughout South Jersey. You have Sweeney, Whalen, and Van Drew all saying, well, we voted for pension reform, that means we're reform-minded, and never mind the fact that it was a twice watered-down bill, never mind the fact that a week later we voted to institute an extra $900 million in spending, never mind the fact that we've already pledged to never support Christie again. You can trust us to. I mean, with this sort of line, particularly from the campaign Whalen's running with all the lying he's doing, is he really someone that people should trust?
No, I mean, look, his campaign is based on lies. You see it with the campaign they're running against me. They did it in 2007. It didn't work, but they're attacking my private business. but it's all based on lies. And I went out, and you were here.
Yes.
And I publicly disclosed all the public contracts that my engineering firm has, but it doesn't stop them. They lie. And so, look, we're telling the truth in our campaign. He is lying in the campaign. He is going to do whatever he can do to distract voters from his record, because he cannot defend his record. I have asked him repeatedly to face me just like you and I are sitting across from one another, have a debate so the public can get educated, understand the different positions. He won't do it. He's ducking, he's dodging, he's going to spend the millions that he gets like he's gotten in the past, try to distract people and distort things just so the hopes that they're not paying attention. But no, you can't trust this guy at the end of the day, and the reason you can't trust him, just take a look at his record. He has done this throughout his history, and he's trying to do it again.
Just as a last question, you mentioned you do have a business. I was there for that, so I can't believe that he's getting away with the lies, but as a business owner, how many jobs have you created just as a business owner?
I've had 10 to 14 myself with a small business over the course of my business. And I was 32 years old. You know, took a risk and started a business, and we've had 10 to 14 families at any one time, so there's been more than that cumulatively over the period of time. You know, we were supporting. So, you know, we worked very hard in the business. Didn't get where we started the business without a lot of hard work. All the employees worked very hard. I worked very hard. We're very proud of what we have done. So it's unfortunate that a guy that's had a 26-year record as a career politician would stoop so low as to attack a private business. But you see in the campaign, that's what they've resorted to. And I just think it's a sad commentary on his character that he would stoop so low to do that, but can't stop him. That's what he's out doing. Especially
since the only job he ever created was for himself, right?
For himself. He has never, and he took offense to this when we talked about it in the debate, he has never had a paycheck from any private entity ever. It's always been, you know, public entities, whether it's teaching or the politician or the secretary of the Mayor and Ventnor, always taken from the public throughout his history. So, you know, that's what you get when you vote for Jim Whalen.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much,
Future Senator. Thanks for coming down, helping to make the phone calls. Of course, we got Super Saturday going here, and appreciate all the help from Save Jersey and everyone else across the state helping to make this happen.
Yeah, great. It's a full house here. Yeah, I'm going to lose my spot if I don't stop the interview. Yeah.
Get back here.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.